A year after the monster, Hawkins is quiet. Too quiet. The gates are sealed. The lights have stopped flickering. But something still moves in the shadows. The Demogorgon was only the beginning, and this time, the darkness has a plan. It's 1984, Ghostbusters costumes, arcade games, and enough hairspray to start a forest fire. Will Byers is back from the upside down, pretending life is normal. But every time he blinks, he's somewhere else. Visions of red skies, a storm that breathes, and a creature so big it blots out the sun. Joyce tries to keep it together. Hopper hovers like a single dad with trust issues, and the doctors at Hawkins' lab assure her it's just trauma. Sure, because throwing up slugs is every kid's coping mechanism. Meanwhile, Mike misses 11 like she's a ghost. He calls her every night on a radio that only answers in static. Across town, new faces arrive. Max the skateboarder and her brother Billy, who looks like a shampoo ad with anger issues. For now, Hawkins looks normal, but the quiet is lying. 11 isn't gone. She's hiding. After vaporizing the Demogorgon, she woke up in the woods, alone, starving, and still hunted. Hopper finds her and builds a secret life in a cabin buried under snow and secrets. He makes her breakfast, lays down rules, and yells a lot. Which, to be fair, is his love language. But 11's not built for hiding. She wants to see Mike, to feel normal, to learn who she really is. A memory pulls her toward a woman locked inside her own mind, her mother, and from there, to another girl entirely, Kaylee, a street-tough psychic with tattoos, illusions, and a gang of punks who think revenge is a personality. For a while, 11 joins them, hunting the scientists who ruined their lives. But the city feels wrong, hollow. Callie wants vengeance. 11 wants home, because something deep inside is calling her. The same darkness she thought she destroyed. Back in Hawkins, the nightmares are spreading. Pumpkins rot in fields overnight. Animals flee, and Will begins to twitch and tremble like a radio picking up 2 stations at once. When Joyce calls the lab, they shrug it off as episodes. But Will's sketches tell the truth. A map of tunnels crawling beneath Hawkins like veins under skin. Then Dustin finds a small, slimy creature in his trash can. IT looks cute until it doesn't. He names it Dart, feeds it candy, and accidentally raises a Demodog. Classic Dustin move. Before long, Dart escapes, and the tunnels erupt with monsters. Dozens of Demodogs swarm through the dirt, moving with one mind. A mind that now lives inside Will. The shadow monster, the Mind Flayer, the thing behind everything. When Will screams, it listens. When it hunts, he sees. And its goal is simple: reopen the gate. The lab loses containment and chaos spills into the streets. The fields rot, the tunnels pulse, and Hopper finds himself flame-throwing his way through the town's new underground ecosystem. Every move Hawkins makes, the Mind Flayer knows, because it's watching through Will. The kids regroup. Steve Harrington, former jerk turned babysitter of the year, grabs his spiked bat and becomes the frontline defender of suburban children everywhere. Lucas bonds with Max, Dustin grieves for his murderous pet, and together they storm the tunnels armed with flashlights, salt, and bad ideas. At the same time, Joyce, Hopper, and the others realize the only way to save Will is to burn the monster out. They crank up the heat, seal the doors, and turn the Byers' house into a literal sweat lodge of exorcism. It's painful, brutal, but it works. Then, as if the universe heard their prayers, the air changes. The radios buzz, and 11 walks back into Hawkins. Older, stronger, ready. Hopper takes 11 to the heart of the tunnels, a cavern of black vines wrapped around the gate itself, pulsing like it's alive. The Mind Flayer tries to break her. It fills her head with screams and memories, but she's done running. She remembers her mother's love, her friend's courage, Mike's voice calling her home. She channels it all: rage, fear, hope, and pushes back. The room shakes, the vines burst into ash, the gate howls, and finally collapses in on itself. For a moment, there's peace. Months later, life looks normal again. The school hosts the snowball. Mike and 11 dance. Lucas and Max laugh. Dustin's hair shines like divine intervention. Hopper flirts awkwardly with Joyce. Everything feels healed. Then the camera pans down through the clouds into the upside down. The gate is closed, but the Mind Flayer still stands over Hawkins, watching, waiting, because evil doesn't die here. It just changes shape. And that's Stranger Things Season 2. New monsters, new allies, and a shadow that refuses to leave. Which moment shocked you most? 11's return, Steve's redemption, or the Mind Flayer's final reveal? Drop your thoughts below and stick around, because next time, Hawkins faces its biggest threat yet.